Hey, horror fans, once again, it's the Horror Miser Monty G, and yes, it's time to do a recap of last night's pretty good episode of The Purge. Yes! Now, a lot of good things happened on last night's episode, but let's get on first with Miguel and Penelope. Now, they were able to escape the riot and the carnival of flesh, and they eventually head out into the area trying to get back to that place, Pete Scott's place. Hopefully that's still there and they be safe there before while Purge night is over with. While they're walking around, we see some more antics going on in the Purge. We get this shot of this dude being set on fire on a zip line. He's screaming, hollering. I'm like, oh boy, people do some real dastardly things on Purge night. While they're busy running around, they finally get some alone time. Penelope admits the fact that she was willing to be herself killed so she can join her parents, while Miguel is saying this like, hey, I was supposed to protect you because I promised Pop before he got killed on Purge night that I was supposed to protect you. Penelope asks Miguel how many people did he kill while getting to her, and all he says, I did what had to be done. I really don't know where this storyline is going right now. They are becoming the least likable characters on the show. The story had promise when it first began, but now it's just, oh boy. Oh well. Maybe, I guess, they have some payoff where maybe they find out that Travis is not the person Penelope believes she is, and that she's just taking advantage of these downtrodden people who have been suffering since the NFFA have taken over. I'm assuming that's what the payoff is going to be, but other than that, there's really not much we have for these two anymore. Now let's talk about somebody we actually do care about, and that's Rick and Jenna. Yes, and let's not forget about Lila. Like I said, as we saw on last week's episode, Lila was able to escape the Revolution's attack on her parents' mansion. And she's banging on the door. Rick finally relents and lets her in, and she's crying and boo-hoo-hawing. And poor Jenna, she's so happy that, like I said, she's so happy that Lila is alive. You could just see how happy she is and relieved. Oh boy, poor Rick, he can't catch a break. Now, Lila tells a very fascinating story about how she was managed to escape and didn't know that Cantalini was part of the revolution against the NFFA and its supporters, and how she basically saw almost everybody killed. And unbeknownst to either one of them, the neighbor has decided to break in as he got underneath the security gates and is going in to kill Rick and Jenna, and I guess Lila too. So after they put Lila to bed, Rick is going over with Jenna, thinking that there's something wrong with Lila's story. But before they even get that far, the neighbor bursts in, points a gun at both Rick and Jenna, and obviously this is cultivating of a whole bunch of crap that he's put up with them. He didn't want them to move in next door. Said the neighbors that were there were very nice people. They park in front of his lawn. Rick talks about the time the dog shitting his lawn, and he was just pissed off. But all he does is talk. He really doesn't do anything. And unfortunately, by the time he actually might have a chance to do anything, Lila is back up and she easily kills him by stabbing in the back of the neck. Poor neighbor. Now, obviously, Rick now has to thank Lila because there's no telling what would happen if the neighbor had successfully killed both him and Jenna. So now he's got to deal with Lila. They all decide to sit down and ride out the rest of the Purge by sitting all together. And poor Rick, now they both hold Jenna's hands together. It's amazing. Obviously, I still think there's a hidden secret between Rick and Lila. There's something that's not being shared between one of them. And I believe that with only 3 episodes left, but now 2 episodes left before we get to the season finale, obviously next week will be the pre-ultimate episode before we get to the season finale. I'm pretty sure something's going to be revealed that's going to cause this threesome to go after each other, particularly Rick and Lila. There's something that has not been said and why Rick does not like Lila. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a flashback too, but I suspect the payoff between them one is going to be great. And now let's talk about Jane. Yes, I do apologize last week. I said her name was Janet, but her real name is Jane. But now let's talk about Jane. Poor Jane. She now knows the truth about David. And this time, we also get flashback of Jane. It seems back when she was a teenager, she was a very successful, bright student, particularly at math, and that's why she works for a financial company. And while more than likely, while she missed the chance to get into a robotics club, the teacher tells her that she's more than capable of getting scholarships, but her mother Lorraine doesn't think that's not the way to be. She thinks the only way that she has to play in the game of men is that she has to use her attractiveness, use her nice figure, in order to get the head. And she enters her in beauty contests and all this other stuff so she can get the scholarship. And Jane is not having any of it. We also see another flashback when Jane is about to interview for her for these, I guess, some type of jobs. Her mother tells her that she shouldn't she shouldn't cover herself up. She should sell her body and attractiveness. But Jane again refuses that. They're not going to. They're going to like me because what I'm capable of doing, not because I'm hot. Unfortunately, as we see in the present, how unfortunately David, who supposedly praises diversity and women's rights, is nothing more than a misogynistic pig. No better than the pigs that the matron sinks brand pigs on their heads. And we also see Anya. She's there, and she talks to Jane and tells her, like, hey, look, I was there just like you were. And look where I'm at right now. I got my corner office. Now, it looks like David's about to do some more damage to Jane, and she tells her that she'll never forget what's going to happen tonight, and David just doesn't care. But who arrives to save the day? Nope, it's not the matron saints. It's our masked friend, Joe. Yes, you remember Joe. Yes, he actually had Jane's picture on his GPS. He comes there to the rescue, shoots up everybody, and frees Jane. So when Jane gets free, she decides to look at David. David is now scared shitless as he knows about to happen. We all know what they say about karma. Karma's a bitch. So Jane just says there's nothing left to say, points the gun, and blows David's head away. Now, I am not the one to advocate violence, but he got what was coming to him. He is nothing more, again, than a misogynistic pig who just fronts to make people believe that he's all about equal rights, but he's nothing more than a guy who wants to get his jellies off because he thinks, hey, I'm a man, and that's what men do, as he stated in the last episode. So he got his just desserts, I'm pretty sure no one felt sorry for him. As a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure if they actually had some type of audience, I guess a fake clap noise, they would have probably heard a whole bunch of clapping from some women and people like myself, because he got what he deserved. And that's what I liked about this particular part of the Purge. Now, I, for one, believe that a woman who deserves to, if she's smart enough and intelligent enough to get the job, she should get the job. Doesn't matter whether or not she's fat, pretty, or hot, or anything like that, black, white, yellow, doesn't matter to me. And she's capable enough to handle the job, and she's willing to do the pressure, and she's capable enough to do the job, then she deserves to get the job, and with equal pay, too. So, after killing David and they leave, she asks Joe where we're going. He says someplace safe. And, of course, they close the scene up with David, Joe, and Jane leaving, and the matron saints pulling up to the, it seemed like Anya finally actually does have a heart, and called the patron saints, and she's driving up. They're driving up with their big van, and I'm pretty sure that they'll deal the justice to those other misogynistic pigs that were in David's suite. And that's basically how the show ended. Now, like I said, I really did enjoy this episode, especially that particular part. I actually thought Jane and we have the trip. We have Jane's story. We have Rick, Jenna, and Lila. Now, I don't know as far as what Joe's motive is. We still have no motivation of what he's doing. All we know is that he's taking her someplace safe. Where he's taking her someplace safe, we don't know. We don't know what his motivations are, but I'm pretty sure within the next 2 episodes, we'll find out. So, my horror fans, what do you thought about last night's episode? Did you really enjoy Jane shooting David and getting his just desserts? Leave your comments down in the comment section below and tell me what you thought about last night's episode of The Purge. Well, that's my video for today, guys. Hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, please give this video a thumbs up and share because it does help the channel a lot. And once again, if this is your first time here, please hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. That way you can come and enjoy the horror experience with me, the Horror Miser Monty G. And as always, all my social media links will be down in the description box below as well. And let's not forget, I am still having my giveaway. I'll leave a card up here somewhere. The link to the contest so that you can know what the contest is about. That's going to be running until the end of Halloween, the end of October. Yes, and the countdown for Michael is coming. There's only 2 more days left before Michael returns. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith, better known as the Horror Miser Monty G. And always remember, horror rules. I'll see you guys later. I'm out.